Hello, everybody. Wrapping up the week with, 3-week process of doing all these tunes that we did for our concert. And I'm going to go post our link for this meeting over on the website. Website is jollyrogerukulele.com. And today, I don't remember exactly what we're playing. We'll find out here momentarily. I believe we left off with Terege yesterday. And I think we will play whatever comes after that as our tunes for the day. And we will have this is the last week with it. We're working on these tunes, trying to make sure everybody has this good solid effort or a good solid handle on uh, the best they can play these tunes at this time. And the thought being that, hey, we're marking our progress in time. And then next year, playing tunes like this be no big deal. Make sure the link works. It does. Um, all right, I go away. There I am. Let's go tweet our activity here. https://:/ jollyrogerukulele.com. And then I pop up. My face isn't there for some reason. It's very random how this works. And then we've been putting on our Boulder Guitar Society meeting ad because it's pretty. It has already passed, but people can certainly come and still join us to play the music that we were playing. And what else is going on? That's the end of Twitter. Close this one down today. I believe, guys, and you'll let me know if I'm wrong. I believe we finished a studio yesterday, and I think we're moving on to Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Is that correct? Hey, Sandy, welcome in. Um, hey, Lynn, she says it's getting colder but less gloomy out there in New Jersey. Um, yeah. Uh, Jack, good to see you, bud. In from Illinois, good to see you. Vic, she says it sounds good. Guys, remind me, we finished a studio yesterday, if I remember. Did we play it both ways, the studio? And I think we're moving on to Bridge Over Troubled Waters today, if I remember right. Let me know. That's my plan, unless you guys tell me otherwise. Um, what else is going on? Getting ready for to start talking about cloudy up in British Columbia. Ugh. I want British Columbia to have perfect weather every single day, but because I've been up there when it's perfect and amazing. So Lynn says you don't remember doing the studio. Yes, did we not do it? Did we only do one song yesterday? Diane, good to see ya. Ronnie, aloha from New Mexico. 35 degrees in New Mexico. Cold, burr. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hey, Annie. Guys, what did we finish up with yesterday? I have it in my head we played a studio, but maybe we didn't. A studio. Did we play a studio or did we just play Bach? I'm hoping we played a studio. Did we just play one song yesterday? Hey, Melissa, howdy. I had to miss harmonica this morning, but I'm back again. I know, Fran. We made this big production out of advertising the harmonica class, and then you're just like, whatever. Fran, definitely go check out. I posted "Girl from Ipanema" and "As Time Goes By." Both of them pretty challenging tunes. So as time goes by, not quite so much, but "Girl from Ipanema" is a tough one. So you'll want to take a look at it today. Let's see, Cindy. Yes, bridge. Cold in here. Yes. Okay. So we did do a studio. Okay. All right. That's what I was pretty sure we did. All right. Pretty chilly in mid Michigan. Ronnie, we did do a studio. Ronnie says we did do a studio. She said a studio, and I assume that means that's where we finished up. So my intention is to play Bridge Over Troubled Water and work our way down the rest of that list, um, unless somebody tells me otherwise. Let's see. Elizabeth, good to see you. Squirrels and birds have had their lunch. Everybody's happy up there in northern Colorado. Can you imagine being a squirrel or a bird? What a miserable life. You get to fly if you're a bird. That's something, right? But if you are a squirrel, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that great of a life. Love that jazz. And Evelyn is here. Just a reminder, those of you guys that are logging in and get settled in, this week we're just finishing up the tunes we were playing for concert, just giving one last chance to make sure we approach them in a sane and compassionate way. And then rather than that sense of urgency and panic that comes along with doing a concert. This is something you never get to do when you're in an orchestra is come back the next day and replay everything. You never do that. And we just go on to the next thing after that. And it's kind of nice to sit down and say, oh, this is a spot where I fought, or this went well, or this didn't go well. And so it gives us one last chance just to look everything over. Next week, during the daytime, we're going to start digging into those the arpeggio book, the Jumping Flea arpeggio book. We're going to be creating baritone accompaniment for everything in that book. That's going to be where my major amount of the work that I have to do. And then we're also going through for the next couple of weeks doing love songs here during the daytime, or songs that make you feel like you're in love, or some songs that are about being in love with something or someone or something, and just soft, pretty, beautiful stuff. Get you ready for Valentine's Day. You can't go out for Valentine's probably, so you'll stay in and you will serenade your sweetheart with a ukulele tune, and that'll make it way more memorable than going out to dinner. And then in the nighttime class, I'm working on building the jazz tunes and putting those together. We'll have baritone and ukulele versions of most of that stuff, I think. And mostly I picked the stuff off of my baritone list. What stuff have I done jazzy that's on baritone? So that's where most of that's coming from anyway. So most of it I already have that built. A lot of it I'll have to build back for ukulele. So it'll be kind of fun to do that. Evelyn's in here. Pauline is here. Amy. Birds are swarming at the feeder. I imagine the birds, yesterday was too darn cold for them to move, so they're probably all hungry today. Sunny and 35 in Bozeman. Same temperature in Bozeman and in New Mexico. World's upside down. Critter is here, in from Utah. Rita's in from Illinois. Red. Weld County wants to secede. They want to do that every time. They want to do it from time to time. They wanted to do Weld County. Remember back, there's a point where Weld County was going to secede from, I don't remember, it was secede from Colorado or secede from America. And those of us who don't live in Weld County were like, see ya. Then they had these terrible floods. And of course, they needed a lot of help to get through those. And you haven't heard much talk about secession until now. They got a couple of wackadoos running things up there. Yeah, so it makes the press. It's kind of fun, right? That's what you do. Let's see. Jacqueline's in. Deer Creek Canyon is... what would you say? Deer Creek Canyon is beautiful. It's just one of these places around Denver that's like, wow, I can't believe this is a thing. Critter's up for jazz. Arlo's in. Act serious, people. Arlo's here. Patricia is here. Valerie in. Carol in. Sunny and gorgeous up in the mountains. That's exciting. Secession from Colorado is voted down by residents from Greeley. Yeah, it'll be a long time before Greeley agrees to go with the rest of Weld County. That day's pretty far off. All right. I am told that we finished up our studio work yesterday. So let's dig into Bridge Over Troubled Water. So pull that one up for me, please. And let's talk about what I'm pretty sure I know is where the problem is with this piece. And so let's talk about how I'm approaching it and ways that you could approach it. Bridge Over Troubled Water. So if you're a baritone player, your problem here is that you have chords that you pretty much know. Nothing here that's really out of whack. A lot of F chords. So baritone players, you're having to make that shape, which is not exactly pleasant, but you got a lot of those. B flat shows up again. That's when you may have to go look up. We don't do a ton of B flats in baritone, and so it looks like an E flat on ukulele, by the way. And but the challenge with baritone is trying to keep the pace, keep the beat steady. Dun dun dum da dum. dum 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 dum. And when you're playing as a baritone player as an accompaniment, and you're playing with a lead player who cannot tell you about pacing changes. Sometimes you're strumming and you're like, where is he? Or sometimes you're strumming early. Sometimes you might be late if I'm not counting exactly right. And that's a challenge we're only facing here online. When you're in the room together and you are playing a duet, the entire time you're sort of peeking at their hands, peeking over at their eyes, making sure you can get a sense of what's happening. It's very much a human interaction to playing duets, and the challenges you face online are way more difficult playing duets than you'll find when you get a chance to play with somebody else. And so I'd say for the overall, for in terms of challenging pieces that I would struggle with, probably from an accompaniment position, this is a piece that I would probably find challenging, because even when you get to measure 52 and there's four chords in a matter of 5 beats, you're having to work pretty hard. So you really got to know those are coming. The other thing I would say as an accompanist, if you look at the end of the song where the melody goes way up the neck, you as the baritone player, you as the accompanist, don't care about that. You stick with your standard chords. Just because the ukulele is playing, this F chord here, you as a baritone player are sticking with your low F chord, to get separation of sound, but two, you're not supposed to be having to work at the same level that the lead is working. You're working to support the lead, and so the stuff you do is purposely different. And there's a couple of chords on here that are more convenient on baritone, up the neck a little ways, and on those I think it's fine. But just because the melody goes high doesn't mean you as a baritone player need to be thinking, oh, I should be going high too. No, you should stay pretty much grounded as an accompaniment player, pretty much grounded in your open positions for the most part. It's not a hard and fast rule, but generally speaking, we want those separations of tones, and we want to have the ukulele, which is essentially an alto voice, and when it starts creeping up into the soprano area, we don't want the baritone to follow along. We want the baritone to stay where it is, stay grounded, keep the music in its own neighborhood. And so don't get the sense that you should have these fancy, crazy chords as well, just because ukulele gets really weird. Let's see. Um, Christine, I'm not sure what Christine is applauding. Maybe secession. Hey, Kat, glad you're here. Christine, hi. Bozeman is in the house. Bought a new Cordoba concert because my other concert has a low G. Now up to 5 ukuleles and a banjolele. So you're really up to 5 ukuleles. Barbara is in, and all right, Christine is killing it up there in Bozeman. If I have to give you one advice about ukulele acquisition syndrome, if you buy the good one to start with, you don't have to buy all the other ones in between. I have bought for myself a surprisingly small number of ukuleles over the last 20 years. Now I own a bunch that are part of this shop and this studio, and we, I'm moving them around. I bought lots of used ones to sell to other people, that sort of wheeling and dealing. But for yourself, always be thinking, yeah, I should probably buy a little bit better quality one than I really feel like I should. Buy the good one. Get the good one, right? You can have others. You can have ones, but make sure that the one that you're playing is Linda says the opposite of that. It's more fun to have lots. I don't know. I have, by the way, my good one blew up right before the concert. So yeah, find a lot of good that did. Janice made it in. Good morning, Janice. And UAS, yes, agreed. Up to 7. You can have 7 ukuleles, then you have to stop. I have 2 sopranos. My first good ukulele, and one that a guy gave to me that's a Kamaka, and I paid him a little bit. I can't remember what I paid him, but it was a good deal. And so I never play the other soprano. I play my good soprano pretty regularly when I'm here at the house. I own one concert, and I bought it because it has a pickup in it, and that was when I was brand new. I didn't know that I didn't need a concert. I own 2 tenors, a high G tenor and a low G tenor. And my wife owns a tenor, so we have those. Um, and then oddly, I have 4 baritones. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think I keep looking for one that sounds good. I bought a Kamaka. It doesn't really sound any better than the others. So, and that's it. That's it. Okay, 3 or 4 guitars. But I'm not a huge person for acquiring all of these instruments just to have them, right? I think your best bet, classical guitar players are your model here. They buy one really good guitar and then they play that for 15 years and then they finally decide to upgrade to another guitar. But yeah, you're better off playing one a lot than all of them a lot. But I also know how fun they are to buy. So Linda's arm is still broken, right? And they're all different sizes. Yeah, I have all different sizes. I like to have the different sizes to teach with, but but for playing, like you'll notice I was serious about Monday night. All tenors, right? All tenors, of course, except for the baritone. All right, bridge over troubled water. So we talked about the accompaniment and your job. Ukulele players, you can play this thing, right? This is not a problem until this whole thing makes sense. Everything is beautiful, works. And then all of a sudden you show up to measure 47, right? And then things get kind of nasty there. What's happening is the melody we take our lead from Simon and Garfunkel. I will case your mind. I will ease your mind. I will ease your mind. And then you know how they do it. Like a bridge, goes way the heck up there. And so we do that. We let the ukulele trying to mimic that. And so so all of a sudden the F chord with the 3 that you've been playing through the whole song, suddenly you're not doing that. Now you're up here, right? When you see that happen in a song, you know that you're going to have to be focused in around this bar. You're basically putting a capo here. That's basically what you're doing. Taking this, clank, and then now you're going to play out the rest of the tune. And yeah, there's a couple places where it opens up to have, but for the most part, this bar is going to hang out there a lot. Okay, so you got this 8, and then the 7, and then you switch out to the 7th chord there. And then now you have another open. I'm probably been grabbing my 7 with my ring finger, and because I've got the 8 and the 7 coming after that. The hard part here is getting back down to the 2 and the 5. Okay, and then you see that show right back up again because while we've dropped down a little bit, we haven't dropped all the way down yet. So you've got to go right back to that high bar. Strum, I will. This is the part I found the hardest, was convincing myself that this was true. It's so rare to go from an F chord to an E chord, but it happens in this song, and then the E7 makes sense. And every time that rolled up, my eyes looked at that, and I'm like, that's not right. And then I'm like, yeah, it is. Just go with it. And so I would hesitate here. Okay. So that part, if you're just trusting your bar, let it be on 5 and then let it be on 4, you do just fine through that measure. When you go into the next page, you have an unfortunate page break because then you got to be 2s and 7s, and that's really hard to do. And if you can't do that, just don't worry about the 2 and just play the 3s, 3 strings. And you don't get that much horsepower out of this high one, but a little bit. And then you got some opens there, and the purpose of those opens partly is to give you a chance to get to your last big moment as a bar. Measure 51, you're playing a 9th, okay? And there's 2 shapes for 9ths, okay, on ukulele. There's this bar, wherever you are, your bar, you're going to have a finger on the third string, 1 fret forward, and your ring finger will be 2 frets forward. So you're going to have this shape. This is the 9th shape you're dealing with, and it doesn't. This comes up in jazz all the time. These 9ths, and so then you're just taking this up and putting a bar on it, 5, and then what I had to remind myself was don't move anything. We talk about minimizing motion. 7, 5. And then now you're back to those last group of bar chords on 5. and then finish out the song. So the majority of the song is quite playable. You get to that high part, there is a reason why it's there, and you just have to trust your bar on 5. Now, if you're still in a situation where you're like, I can't trust my bar has never been reliable at all. That's what the bar Make a Better Bar worksheet's about. Start working on it. Right. So be working on trying. You hear lots of little buzzes with me because I'm not perfect by a long shot, but you do want where when you see a bar on 5, you just put a bar on 5 and you don't have an emotional reaction to that. That's one of the growth areas that we were looking at. Valerie's talking. I have 19 down from 23, but 3 are unplayable and are used. Oh, she's talking about how many ukuleles she's got, and she has 19. That's too many ukuleles. 6 are loaners for students. That's fine. You don't count those. Yeah, don't count the ones that you loan out or that are part of your plan to sell. Those are not yours. Those are in your possession temporarily, right? I actually own, I believe we have 80 loaner ukuleles, if I remember right. It's either 60 or 80. We have a lot of loaner ukuleles in the orchestra, and they get loaned out all the time, right? And they've slowly all made it back to the workshop, and now I don't have any room to work because they're all in there. But yeah, those don't count. Those are not. That's not ukulele acquisition syndrome. Lynn is saying we didn't do a studio. I think we did a studio, didn't we, Lynn? Been busy with schoolwork, learning how to program a supercomputer. Nice job, Brandon. I've been thinking I really liked computer programming when I was in college. I never followed through with it. Yeah, I think it's amazing to think about it when you're programming a computer. It does exactly what you tell it to do. It's kind of nice. All right, let's play Bridge Over Troubled Water. Baritone, you repeat your accompaniment, and ukulele players, let's see if we can make it beautiful. This will be the last time for a while. Okay, from the top. 1, 2, 3. To the top. Two, three. 2, 3. second ending. Two, three. 2, 3. If you grew up in the 60s and you like Simon and Garfunkel, why not play this every single day until you have it memorized? I don't see anything on there. Literally, I have one note that I've changed. One note. Every single thing else is dead on exactly what's on this paper, and it really works. And you don't have to play it fast. You just let it just come out of your ukulele. Let those tones go as long as you can. Um, and and the hard part, the nice part, the hard part there, you can literally slow it down. When you get to the Surfer Girl section at 25 and you put that F sharp minor in there, you can actually slow down there just because it's a little weird, right? Here's this weird bridge coming and slow down just a little bit there. The other place I'm noticing that I'm able to slow down with no problem at all, that goofy chord at measure 51, that ninth chord, you can just get it on there. You got a fermata sitting on there. You're like, oh, thank God, I got it. 5, 4, and then you go, and then you move forward on with what a repeat of what you've already done. So it's really, really set up well, I think, for you to own that song. And so if you're a flower child, get it done. All right, Renee, good. Sandy's into it. Nice. All right, beautiful piece of music. All right, let's switch it up a little bit. We're going to go to While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Donna told me that of all the songs we played, this was her least favorite. Okay, and I think part of that is I'm not sure why necessarily. She hypothesized that she's been messed up by Jake Shimabukuro's version of this, right? And but I don't really think that's it. I think probably I think I'm a little less committed to this song than some of the other ones. And so maybe my playing wasn't where it should have been. And I also think with this piece, I'm trying to put in as many different textures as I can. And some of them work and some of them don't. And also, there's plenty of places to have tragedies in this piece. I don't know if you have run into that or not. If you're on ukulele, you have a problem, right? All of these chords, this is a way more difficult chord set than the other songs. And so F sharp minor seventh. What the heck is that? And so maybe you've looked up your part on this, maybe you haven't. The bottom line message is you need to know your majors and your minors and your sevenths. You need to know how to make those three types of chords. And so what you need to know, if it says F sharp minor seventh, you need to know you're fine playing an F sharp minor. If it says B minor, you're not going to be fine playing a B. You have to play a B minor. And if it says F6, whatever that is, you're fine playing an F chord. So those things add depth of sound and complexity to the overall mission of the song. But you have to know that if Gary's going to be playing tough acts, that has already been taken care of. Your job is to, again, support the bottom line of what's going on this song. And even though you're at a higher pitch, now baritone players, this thing works pretty well as a pluck all the way down until you get to measure 25, when really by then your audience is like, I need a little break, right? And that's, it probably feels a little bit like the way the Beatles do it there. Dun, 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 dun. Still my guitar gently weeps. Bum, 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 bum. And then the Beatles brighten it up a little bit. There's a D chord. You've been playing in D minor this whole time, and here they change the key, brighten it up a little bit. And that's why I go to a strum there to give a different feeling, a little bit brighter overall texture to the tune. And then when I get down here to measure 39 and I have to repeat, I go back to this plucking back there at 9. Because that's what I did before. Sometimes I'll switch it up, but not always. And then when I come back to measure 40 and I move forward on that, I'm going to go back to plucking. I do have a strum listed at 51, because that's this moment where there's a moment where the song kind of stops, and then you're going to go into right and finish out the song. I think for yourself, especially baritone players who grew up appreciating the Beatles, George Harrison is not really your guy, probably, right? You're really John and Paul guys, but there are a handful of Harrison people out there. The words to this song are ridiculous, but the general feeling of it and how it works and how it flows is really nice. And now it's not Jake Shimabukuro nice, but it's not. We're trying to go somewhere between what Jake did, which was basically proving how fast you can strum a ukulele, and to get it a little closer to what the Beatles wanted and still fit it onto your instrument. It sounds so good with the uke chords, one per measure to let the baritone choke it. Oh, so Linda's come up and she says, you know what? If the baritones are doing bum, 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 bum on my ukulele, I'm just doing bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 and that sounds nice, right? And you may do that through the whole song, or you may decide, nah, that gets a little boring. Maybe I'll mix it up and do 2 strums per measure, or switch to an arpeggio pattern or something. But be mindful. You want to have made a decision, right? All right, from the top all the way through. Last time we're going to play this for a while again, and let's see how you do this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have just played it that way on Monday night. It would have been better. Um, but you can feel, right, all those different textures I'm trying to work in. I don't want the entire song to just some songs you want the entire thing to be plucky. Others you want them to all be strummy. But lots of songs, especially modern pop songs, you got to bring something else to the table. You have gotten rid of John, Paul, George, and Ringo, and it's you, your ukulele, and a piece of paper. And when you are doing that, you want to be thinking, all right, I want to bring my full toolbox to the table, so that I can actually do this better than George Harrison would have ever imagined it. And I don't know if we were successful or not, but that's the goal, right? Is to do something a little bit. Lynn says, really nice. Okay, now awesome. Christine, I never know why I call you Christine or Red. Red is her fun name, and Christine is her I'm going to kill you name. All right, so that's that. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Again, those of you with baritones that grew up in that era, you got a winner there, I think. And everybody who likes the Beatles would like hearing you play that, I think. Let's go to the Elvis medley. Now, Elvis medley, generally speaking, gets pretty good accolades, because I think that people have heard those songs so many times. It's sort of delightful. And just think about for a moment, if you are in your neighborhood and you're like, all right, I'm going to get some friends together and we're going to play this thing. And everybody knows all the tunes. They don't know the Aloha Oi part. And remember, there was one point where we said, this Aloha Oi part we need to work on a little bit. But then we never really did. And what happened there was we just got used to it. And pretty soon you guys it seemed like you guys were playing pretty well with it. On the Aloha Oi section, it is a very different rhythm than the rest of the tune. But it's still in 4/4. So if you, as the accompanying player, says, you know what, I don't really care what's going on in the melody, I'm going to keep a steady pace, and I'm going to let, hopefully Gary's going to pull out the eighth notes where they're supposed to be and the dotted quarters where they're supposed to be. I will stick with the beat. Then it doesn't matter what song I'm playing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I think if we were in the room and you were like, all right, he's speeding up, I'll speed up a little bit. He's slowing down, I'll speed a little bit. You're watching my hands, I'm watching yours, the whole thing. It's much easier to play a duet. But when you're playing along with me and you're hoping that I'm keeping decent timing and you're sticking with the timing, the only time you have to adjust is in the first beat. If you're early or late on the first beat of a measure, then you have to adjust. But for the most part, let the measure ride out and hope that the lead player is able to make their adjustments to keep it all in proper timing. Yeah, Elizabeth, just tossing in the chords underneath there too, right? You don't have to do everything by Tuff. You figured that out, right? You should do some things by Tuff, but you shouldn't do everything. All right, Elvis medley, one time through, as written. This will be the last time for this one for a while. I bring this out every few years. I love this too. I love this medley. Did I say that? Here we go from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect timing. Ran into 50 till or 50 after. Um, I like that tune too. um, yeah. So now tomorrow, we are now back to all three. Will be well, we do have a baritone solo for 5'2". We'll do that one just for fun. But we've got to get through Beethoven Sonatina tomorrow. Obviously, the hard piece of the entire concert was that one, no question in my mind. That was definitely the toughest one. 5'2", not hard at all. Very short song. We'll play both of those tomorrow. And then Moon River as a ukulele solo. And then on Friday, those of you guys that want to go back and do anything, we'll do your requests first on Friday. And so I imagine I heard at least, I think it was somebody said, hey, I wanted to do a studio today as a duet. And so we can do that on Friday. So no worries there. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And I hope that this is a nice sort of just coasting in, just double checking all of the details and stuff from the concert. And like I say, you never have a chance after a concert to go back through and really study the music one last time to figure out what in the heck happened at the concert. And so it's kind of delightful to look back and say, oh yeah, that's the part I messed up. Now that we're under way less pressure, you don't mess it up as near as much. So, so tomorrow, the Sonatina, 5'2", and Moon River. And then on Friday, we'll go in whatever order you guys want to go in, and we'll play everything again for one last time. And then starting next Monday, we go into love songs and arpeggios. And guys, if you haven't downloaded the Jumping Flea arpeggio, the entire book, and just put it into a binder, you might want to do that. We're going to play that thing top to bottom. Okay, we're going to be playing all the way down to A sharp minor, which is technically a key. It's just that nobody plays in it. And so it'll take us a couple of months, probably 3 months, to go through the entire book. But I want the baritone players to be able to then also have a comparable text. And so we'll be writing all of that music out as we go along. And then at least through February 14th, we'll be doing love songs. Then we'll probably switch to Irish songs for St. Patrick's Day. And I don't remember what comes after that. Easter. We're not doing it. I only know one Easter song. There's actually two. Easter Bonnet and Peter Cottontail. Both of them are pretty brutal. So I don't know if we'll do that. And you guys will give me some ideas about other tunes. Nighttime class will be jazz, right? So those of you guys who can stand a little bit of old school jazz Monday night classes is something you want to get involved in with me. So go check the subscription page if you haven't already done that. And of course, my usual list, you're thinking of random act of kindness. You're a ukulele player. People are thinking you're iffy, right? So do something nice for people once in a while to prove you're not iffy. You just like ukulele. Two, obviously be safe. Do what they tell you to do. Seriously, it's not that hard. Practice a lot, guys. You guys are all the advanced ukulele team, right? This is it. This is the place. There are players out there who are better than us, and they're professionals, and they do this for a living. But in terms of amateur play, you're the best in your neighborhood, probably. And so maybe in your whole city, maybe in your whole state, you don't know, but you're there. And so it's our job to keep that skill level up, be pushing all the time, trying to get better, make yourself be super famous as being the ukulele person. Keep showing up here. I don't know where else you're going to go. And if you're logged in, if you'll put your thumbs up button, that's always helpful for me. And remember, you do want to be a member of the Jolly Roger ukulele website so that you can be playing all of the good stuff. So, all right, where do we leave off? Melissa likes it. Nice. Good to see you, Melissa. Have a great week. I'd love to have this one for ukulele. Rita, I don't think it fits on ukulele. I don't remember why I've never done it for ukulele. I think maybe I'm just so delighted with it. I'll look at it. I know I've got all of the pieces and parts for ukulele, but I've never stitched them together. So I'll try to put that onto my to-do list. It's not a bad idea, Rita, really not. So thank you for that. Ronnie, bravo to you, Ronnie. Evelyn, love this tune. Thanks. You're welcome. See you tomorrow, Evelyn. Marianne, I love hearing this tune on the baritone. It does sound nice, doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds beautiful. Patty, good to see you. You're welcome. Wouldn't it be nice if we were we're all in Hawaii playing. Yeah, we just gotta have Linda Ewing clear out her basement, and we'll all just. Do they have basements in Hawaii? Probably not. We'll just jack up with her. You know, she doesn't have any visitors right now. We'll just go there. We'll all meet. Wouldn't that be fun? Everybody meet in Hawaii someday, maybe. Sandy, good to see you. Cindy, enjoyed going back through. Nice, right? It's just good, right? We never get a chance to do that after a concert. Barbara, I agree. It would be nice to be in Hawaii playing together. Yeah, it would be nice to be in Hawaii not playing together. It would be nice to be yeah, right? Cat loved it. I'm already looking forward to tomorrow. Just FYI, I arranged my classes this semester. New class. Finally, Cat, I tried to explain this to you last semester. Gary first, everything else second. I love that. That's funny. Thanks, Kat. Elizabeth, that was fun. See you soon. Rita, nice to hear your comments on the music. I think right. There has to be for most people, not everybody. Like, and I'm at the point where I'm like, whatever, just I'll play whatever. But for most of us, we like to do a little research, know a little bit about the tunes, know about not only technique, but maybe something about the authors, and a little bit more about music. Yeah, that's always a little bit fun, right? Jacqueline, love all these. Yay, that makes me happy. Pauline, good to see you. Carol, yep, see you tomorrow. Amy, rock on. Fran, I'll see you tomorrow in harmonica class, Fran. And field trip. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, gosh. I told back in the day, I says, I'm doing Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra until we get invited to Berlin to play on in a stage in Berlin. And then the day we do that, I'm quitting, right? So Berlin hasn't called yet, which is weird, but someday maybe. Annie, talk to you soon. Brandon. Oh, thanks, Brandon. Yeah, that's nice to know. Learn how to program computers and then teach me. Back in the day, I knew was really good with basic programming. Some of us who are super old remember that. And then I went to college and I studied Pascal programming, which was super fun. And then I decided that I'd become a newspaper writer, and that didn't work out. They didn't tell me what they were going to pay me as a newspaper journalist. All right, Janice, good to see you. Thank you for waking up and starting your day with us. That's an iffy decision. Thanks, Janice. Brandon, I've been doing it professionally for a long time. Okay, so yeah, Brandon knows his computer programming. Yeah, I have this thing in my head. I want to learn to program that apps, so I can do one of those. I have this idea of what I'd want my app to be. So someday I'll sit down and figure out whether it's worth my time to do it. So, but thank you, Brandon, for programming computers. I can come to you through the power of my laptop. All right, guys. I'll see you because of Brandon. I am here on your laptop. You guys have a wonderful day. Keep playing ukulele. It's the answer to sadness, and I will talk to you later. Bye.